We have spent like an hour or so on this podcast so far.
Yes, we have 1 hour and 6 minutes.
Yeah,
1 hour and 6 minutes. Well,
anything-
we should probably be talking about the final things we need to talk about, which is part 4. I don't know, issues or other thing we can discuss about SMG4 in 2024.
Sorry.
What?
Oh, I just saw what was in the chat. The fucking face. Oh my god. Right, my bad. Carry on. Part 4.
Actually, before we move on, so obviously Machroma hasn't watched my fan series, but obviously you have, Magario. What are your thoughts on it, like in general, without spoiling it for Machroma? What do you think it was good? Do you think I had some good ideas, or I'm looking for feedback?
I mean, yeah, it was really good, but let me think. Like, I really like the Gmod animation and the fact that you get it done really quickly, which is what really impresses me.
Yeah, I mean the Gmod. I mean, I've took a massive break from Gmod animation because it's like so, that like took so long to make each of those videos. Like, because the problem is that I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and so I'll go all out, and so there's some scenes that are really well animated for no reason. It's just I wanted to make it look good, and so I spent way too long on it.
If you don't mind me asking, how long did it take to make just all of those together? Like how long in total for production?
Well, essentially each part took about 2 weeks each.
Jesus.
I think the first part took a bit longer. I mean, partly because I took a break in between because basically I was working on the first like 2 minutes of the first part in like April, but then I had to focus on uni, and then I also had to and then also I got sidetracked because I did the Creative Control remake, and I did the remake of he does SMG4 doesn't meme, so but yeah, it took about altogether the final big compilation video I did, like all those parts together, it took over a month to make that.
Yeah, because I'm
just want to take a massive break, and that's why I'm instead like 100%ing Sonic Adventure and Octopath Traveler on Steam now because I need a break.
Yeah.
I'll get to the next episode, which by the way, like there are more episodes to Puzzlevision after show, but they're not going to be 30 minutes each. Like,
okay, yeah.
I'm actually going to make them like regular length.
Yeah, like 10, 11 minutes and stuff like that. Good lord. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. The Marty's comeback and the reveal of him being like a villain again, being a terrorist. I don't know. One single offense. It was actually sort of throwing a wrench into my script I made for episode 2. So I might wait it out a bit just to see where that goes.
Yeah.
And make some changes. Anyway, yeah. What we're gonna talk about? I forgot.
Just
Gario's thoughts on it, I think is what we've gone about. So you talk about the animation. Is there any anything else you want to say? Or?
The only thing I'd improve on though is I'd have to say the thumbnails because
thumbnails.
I mean,
they were made by Landon. I think Landon did a good job.
Yeah, Landon's pretty good at the renders, but like okay, the part 1 for example, when I look at it, it's good, but at the same time, it's a little bit bland.
Blew me as well and stuff.
Well, I mean, I will say this way. I originally was going to have it not set in a black void. It was going to be set in some sort of fancy, like a palace. But I guess Landon didn't end up doing that. But I mean, I like how it turned out. I mean, it got 150,000 views. So
it did well.
Right.
Yeah.
It did something right. And then part 2. Do you know that in the part 2 thumbnail that a silhouette is actually an Abraham Lincoln clip art thing? That's because the model used for the character it depicts is actually an Abraham Lincoln model, and so that's just a funny tidbit about that thumbnail. It was originally going to be a bit more. It was originally going to have like the shadowy figure. I won't spoil it for Machroma, basically puppeteering Mr. Puzzles, but they couldn't get that to work, and so. Yeah, and then part 3, because that sort of that wasn't how it was originally going to look. Due to some issues with getting some models to work, it sort of ended up a bit less interesting than originally was going to be.
yeah, for thumbnails part 2 and 3, I'd honestly just like make Mr. Puzzles like stand out more in the thumbnails instead of
Yeah.
and especially in the banner, I'd say like your channel banner, like kind
Yeah.
of looks kind of like clumped up. It looks really good, but like it's just
Well, I
not
mean,
stop.
this is the extent of my graphic design. I can't get any better than this. It's physically impossible for me to do graphic design better than that. Like that's the best you're gonna get out of me personally. I'm not an artist. I need to make that clear.
Looks
I've never
alright.
made a like. Do you guys want to see what this like the extent of my artistic abilities? I'll send it in chat.
Okay.
Like my old 2022 profile, my old avatar from 2022. Like this is the best I can do. This is the best art that I'm capable of.
Oh
I
my.
can't do better than that. It's literally physically impossible for me to do anything.
Good heavens.
So
Let me just post
Yeah.
compared to what you guys can do, you guys are really talented with the with your thumbnails and stuff. I don't know how
what
you
would
do
be
it.
the extent of my creation? I'd probably just say my like freaking channel banner. Like, hold on, let me get it up.
Yeah, you managed to keep it clean and well, I actually wait. What is your banner again? Magario. Oh no, you're sending it. Okay. Yeah, that's like you've kept it clean and like really. How do I say it? Like it's just great.
It looks like something SMG4 would make. You know, it's official.
Yes.
It's just official feeling. So, and Machroma, your poster for Fracture is so good. You need to make this video, man. Like, thumbnail like you could get so many views. If you turn this poster into a thumbnail, like the views would be crazy, man. You need to make this video.
Also, yeah, I'll send the
two
two concepts as well of thingies and stuff. That one and
like the texture though is what I really appreciate about it.
Yeah,
that's insane. It looks so good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you make Fracture into a movie, you should totally that poster you made, but you should turn that into the fun. I don't know, something about it like stands out. It's just I don't know. Like, compared to this one that they just posted,
yeah, the other two
that poster that stands out for some reason. So you should make that into a thumbnail.
Yeah,
that would like do
the poster I spent like 3 hours working on. But yeah, I understand, and this was made like how long ago was this made ago now? Like at least I think 6 months ago or something. And since then, obviously I've gotten even better at stuff like that. So I feel like I can make this into an actual, you know, like a landscape kind of thing for it. And like I said as well, I've changed the way Fracture is going to be. So it's not going to be some random series like The Walking Dead or whatever, where it's going to continuously go on for like fucking 11 seasons or whatever. It's going to be it's just going to be a movie. I'll be able to do it. And I'm actually going to, if you don't mind, me going into a little bit behind how it's going to roll out and stuff like that. Once I've got it all sorted. How it all starts is it's gonna be I'm gonna be making some.
For some reason, Machroma spoils what would happen at the beginning of Fracture.
I've already.
Wait, I'm gonna stop you right there. Why are you spoiling what you're gonna do and spoiling and surprise?
We can just cut that out.
Yeah. I don't know.
You could cut it out. I'll give you some advice, because obviously I've made my own thing. So first of all, you need to make sure your script is like really well written, as in like you don't just leave a bunch of places where like, oh yeah, I'll fill that in when I make it, because the issue is like Shovel Off is going to be 12-minute, 14-minute video.
Yeah.
Ballooned into like a 30-minute thing, because I didn't really write in certain parts. I just went, oh, I'll do that when I get to it, when making the video. And so what you do is you need to make the script real tight. Like, don't leave any like blanks. And I know like when you were originally making it, you were making some sort of like a live stream thing. It's just like, I don't think you should worry about stuff like that, because sure, it should be more hype, but it's just going to take away from actually making the video itself. It's going to make more likely you're going to experience burnout. And I would just focus on making a video, to put out rather than making this live stream thing if you're still planning on doing that. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. Okay. It's just the only reason why I want to do that countdown thing is because obviously I'm getting a new computer anyway, so I'll be working on that. But for my old computer, that's why I was just like, it would be easy for me to do the stream for it because I can just leave that running for 3 days or whatever, or 72 hours, and every time that it's like goes to the 48 hour, then 24 hour, I can just change scenes like it's gonna be perfect. But I know, yeah, it will do burnout, and it could.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is you don't want to be too ambitious.
Yeah.
I feel like doing a live stream before video. I feel like like, not to. I mean, obviously you've got a bigger channel than me, but I feel like you should, probably wanna. That would be something you do in the future when maybe you're a bit bigger.
Much bigger, yeah.
Thing. I feel like that's something you'd do if you were a slightly bigger channel. But I don't know. I mean, you can do. Obviously, I'm not telling you what to do. Do what
obviously,
you want to do.
Yeah. And like I've got the fracture poster up on the screen for myself right now. Like I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can make poster artwork and all that stuff quite well, but that's the thing. It takes so long to make them, and for actual machinima stuff, yeah, I've only done one actual machinima, and that was.
I see, like you've made loads of like partially like done ones or sort of. I've seen some of your, but you don't seem to finish a lot.
Yeah.
What I've seen.
I don't finish them, and because the reason why I don't finish them is because, like you said, I get like burnout because I want to try so hard, like, and I go through so many like concepts and attempts of whatever that I just end up giving up halfway. Well, not halfway, but like sometimes a minute into production, and I'm like, it's shit. I'm scrapping it. I'm gonna try again with something else and whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
if you do react to after show, if you obviously, I'm probably quite a bit more skilled on like the Gmod.
Definitely.
Stuff. If you want if you see something I do in that video and you want to replicate it or something, you can ask me in DMs.
Okay.
I don't know if you had my phone there, but basically, this went off notification. But anyway, as I was saying, if you want some help, I can help because I like your idea for it. You told me about it, and I think it would be pretty cool to see it actually made. So
yeah,
I would like to see you make it.
And another thing as well, like we did with the save chatter thing.
Have you done that yet?
What?
Oh, we did that.
Yeah.
Machroma, you were only there. I can remember you were speaking twice and you disappeared all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was there for like I guess I don't know 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then computer just died. Like computer, like not like it's not like I was not a laptop. It's just the computer genuinely died. So. I was off Discord and everything, but yeah.
We recorded that. We started like 2:30 and we went on to like 5:30. So I've got like 3 hours of like footage I've got to go through, and that'll be released on my channel eventually. The No Official Podcast episode 1, Save for Chatter. That'll be fun. I don't know. I'm currently gaming. I'm playing Octopath Traveler at the moment, so I'll get to that eventually at some point.
But
anyway,
I'm still taking a break from videos.
Epic render.
Oh, is this in reference to the epic new theory video you guys released?
Oh, hell!
It's the thing video.
Hell no!
He's gonna start screaming.
God damn. I mean, you did Meggy really well there, like the positioning of Meggy, but god damn, God. So suffering.
See how good the video did. Oh, the video actually did got a little spike in views, and now has 6,000 views, which is not bad.
Good heavens, man.
Anyway, yeah. So the video was it was fun. It was it's obviously a joke. If you didn't think it was a joke, then I have to if you're not a kid, I have to seriously question.
Yeah.
Your mental capacities. Like, that's obviously a joke. There's actually quotation marks in the title.
Yeah.
like the very few moments of the actual theory video, I was like, wait a minute,
Who
the hell
wrote the
wrote this
script? Yeah.
And I literally like scripted that part of the video to like make fun of myself.
Mm. I didn't have like an angry kind of thing at the thing itself. Like, if it existed on some random thing, okay, like if it existed on some random thing, it would have been fine. I wouldn't have cared about it, and I don't care about the thing in general. I don't care about it now, obviously, as well. But the only reason why I cared at the very beginning of it all, like even though it was a joke, the only reason why I didn't really care about it was because the way we had our channel set up was just like it was kind of, I don't know how to say it, like reliable kind of source thing where it's like, oh, here's what Puzzles has done this, or here's what Puzzles has done that, and then, you know, all of a sudden there was this random, you know, Mega X Mario thing, you know. So that's the only reason why I was kind of a little like kind of angry, but I've definitely gone over that very quickly, and it's.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at it as its epic drama, epic SMG4 Theorists drama from an outside perspective, I do think you just overreacted quite a bit.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I really don't think. I think it was a non-issue, the whole drama that occurred from that.
Yeah. And then I eventually just like apologized to the original people that made the thing anyways, like Fuzzy and all that.
Right, talking about that, I don't know, what's it guys is, I mean, obviously, you know, that theory was a joke, you know, because it's literally about how they're masochists or something.
Yeah.
But what are you guys' thoughts on, like, the actual ship itself? Because I'm like, I'd rather know ships like that actually, you know, in series, but I mean, if they wrote it well, I'm just, you know, if it's something's written well, then yeah.
If like they wrote it well, yes.
I like stuff that's good, surprisingly enough. You know, a bit shocking, I know. So, you know, if they do something good, then, you know, I'm all for it.
You know,
the thing is, I don't think they should do it purely on, you know, purely on the grounds that I don't think they'd write it well. Purely on those grounds. But also, like, personally, I think, like, no, I don't think you should ship Nintendo, like, IP with your own OC. It's just weird. In my opinion, it's just weird. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's probably the reason why it isn't canon, because it's a Nintendo IP.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Anyway, back to actual. Wait, back to actually.
It's probably why they've done this like brother sister thing like since like the end of Sunset Paradise, is to probably distant like stop the ship. I think that's what happened. I think that's why they made that decision, and that's why the relationship and characterization has gotten so much worse. I think part of it is because they want to avoid shipping. Maybe that's what I think. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, let's move on now.
Anyways, okay, this has been like it's probably been like 1.5 hours. I'm gonna guess, but to end it off here, I'm probably just gonna go future predictions for SMG4.
Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Oh,
anyways, future predictions. I don't know.
And that wraps it up. Thank you, boy.
Well, I mean, for one, remember how there's a second floor to the castle that's forgot about, like the door.
Yep.
But at least the door, you see that in videos. Like they just forgot that there's meant to be a second floor.
That's the main thing
they need to eventually make if they're ever going to release the map. Which I do think, surely they're going to release the map this year. That's my prediction. They're going to release the fucking map and show what's in, you know, the door. Like, I'm certain the door will be revealed, I'd think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have much confidence in the writers that they're going to improve anytime soon. I mean, the character balancing issue that I've been going on about since 2022, that really hasn't been. That's gotten worse with time. Remember when Melanie was a cat? Remember Psycho? Remember Kaizo was a thing in 2020? Damn, 2022 was the last time Kaizo was any significant appearance. It's kind of crazy. Reader, remember Reader? I was, you know, I kind of like these odd side characters. I get like obsessed with them. That's what happened with the box cop lead. back. You know, that's why my whole character like avatar thing is all based around that. But you know, like they just forgot about Reader like completely. He hasn't appeared at all, and they made it all the original model. I remember Ramen say they made a whole model for that character, and they haven't done anything with him, like anything at all.
Oh, God.
Like, you know, I don't think that issue is going to get solved anytime soon. Basically, my prediction is pretty bleak. I mean, they're probably still going to do some good. Well, I think What 2024 is probably going to be good. But they're probably going to do like good like stuff, like standalone. Like, they're going to do good videos, but there's not going to have much substance behind them, and they're probably not going to ever reach the heights of you know, of the cosmology saga.
Yeah.
I think those days are long gone.
I agree. With War of Atlantis 2024, we're gonna have that puzzles and Marty thing or whatever. That's gonna happen. That's cool. Puzzles might die or fly away.
They're not gonna kill him off. He's too popular. Like the reason they brought him back in such a rush race because like, oh shit, this guy's doing like very well. Like, he's very popular like outside of the community, and so they brought him back suddenly in that Mario the Explorer, and then they did the rushed meme factory art. Like, that was clearly never the plan. So they didn't go into 2024 thinking we'll do the Puzzlevision saga and then we're going to do this weird meme factory for that. That was not the plan.
Yeah,
not the plan. It was clearly something like, quick, we need an arc with Mr. Puzzles.
Yeah, just to build some more.
Yeah, let's randomly put Leg in and let's randomly make a meme factory and let's randomly do a FNAF parody at the end.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun, it's entertaining, like the whole thing, the meme factory arc.
Yeah,
it's very much a hodgepodge. A hodgepodge of ideas from them rushing to make a Mr. Puzzles mini arc. Well, that's all it is.
Like, yeah, I guess that works, except like they can't just leave
it. Was entertaining, but it didn't. You know, again, there's no substance. There's it's rushed it again. The ending was rushed, which is rushing stories.
Hey, that was a rushing endings, man.
God. Ever since the Psycho mini arc, they've always had an issue with rushing the endings to their arcs. Like, this has literally always been an issue. Like, the only things where that wasn't an issue is it's got to be perfect and Western spaghetti. Like, those are the only like things that didn't. And what for 2020, like the 2023 movies didn't suffer from that actually.
Yeah, they were perfectly fine.
Literally, but like the lawsuit arc, the Psycho mini arc, everything this year, it's all suffered from being rushed for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't really guess it.
Like, what?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, why is puzzles, man? Why is it like you get this? Like they rush it so much. You get this really cool build up. This like so cool thing. Oh, look at that! I'm getting power. This. Oh, I know what to do. Yeah, like what's going through the writer's head right now? Where they're like, oh, I know exactly what to do. Let's make Mario conveniently vertically on top of puzzles, right? In an elevator, have SMG4 crawl over to a very convenient button to press in emergency.
To be fair, like, yeah, that was a rush, but they did actually think of a funny ways to like suddenly like resolve the issue. Like, that was funny. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever they do rush these things, they do it in like funny ways. But like, it's still rushed and it's still underwhelming.
To me, that didn't feel funny. It's just because Mario just like Puzzles was we were wanting to see like Puzzles get his power again because he was getting his like you could tell when he was getting his power back, he was also getting like that kind of like greed level thing as well, and he was getting like that angry raspberry voice or whatever.
The build up was leading to nothing.
It was leading to nothing. Smashed. It turns into a pancake. Gets shipped to FedEx to go fucking don't know where. But honestly.
Well, I mean, I think like that because that was a funny ending. I actually have more of an issue with not because it was a mini arc. That ultimately it wasn't that hype, like because it was just a mini arc. But I think the Puzzlevision movie ending was way more underwhelming.
It was
mostly because the way they end it is like they have literally Mr. Puzzles become big and they fight a big Mr. Puzzle. It's like that's such a weird way to end it. Like that fight that they did, like. You know, in an alternate like cosmology saga, it would make way more sense if the foe they were fighting was Zero. Like, because you know, why did they make him big? I don't guess it. They didn't have to make him big so they could fight him as a group. Like, they could have did a different way of resolving the conflict. They didn't have to necessarily make them fight him.
And
you know, that would have made more. It would have been more interesting if they didn't fight. They didn't have a fight scene. They instead did something else. to conclude it. But that would be more interesting.
And it's just,
Yeah.
it's
This
just
is an
annoying.
issue with a lot of modern stories. So like they have to resolve things, or like one final fight. It's like you don't have to do a fight at the end, or you can do something else.
And another thing as well is just that the way Puzzles is like defeated, quote unquote, it's just like he turns into a crybaby because he's losing his stars. That's his quote unquote death
Yeah,
from the thing.
He was surprisingly like one-dimensional. Like that's the way he didn't really have much. I mean, you know that works considering what they've done with him afterwards, which is basically he's the SMG3 replacement. But it doesn't work because I'm sure it works with what they would do later. But it doesn't work with what they were hyping up. You know?
Yeah.
Because it was at the end of the cycle. He should have had some deep backstory, and that's what I did with the after show. That's the main thing I did. I was like, I gave his motivations way more fucking depth. Because,
Like,
you know, that lacked any emotion. It lacks, you know, no stakes. Even though it's like, oh, I'm gonna try. The stakes felt like they just didn't exist.
yeah, like
I mean,
he's the one that was behind It's Gotta Be Perfect with the TV thing, doing the demon keyboard thing. He was the one that sent Ren the letter to be like, oh, here you go, have a simulation, but here, at the cost of that, you have to go and capture these characters.
a bit of a strange, you know, contrast. I remember when he was like presented as like, I remember we all thought he was some sort of like godlike entity because of how he was presented.
Yes.
The Western spaghetti build up, or like this analog horror thing.
Yeah.
And they just don't. You know, that's just not at all what he's like. It's just a bit weird. It's a bit like what he's clearly had no plan.
Yeah.
Like you clearly didn't. They planned out 2023. They did the same thing for the Genesis arc. They planned out 2023 clearly quite well, but then they didn't plan what would come next.
Yeah.
And so, I just don't. They need to plan these things. They need to plan ahead. They need to plan these things.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with SMG4 is well, planning ahead.
Yeah.
It's definitely been there since what 2021, and it's gotten more prominent since then.
Well,
So.
yeah, but we should like, yeah, it wasn't an issue with the Genesis arc, but it's a minor issue. Like you could forgive it. Like, you know, what they were, you know, clearly they had a different idea for what would happen to Zero, but like the you know, what they ended up doing ultimately was still satisfying. Like, it
Yes,
wasn't
very.
overwhelming. And
Yeah.
so, you know,
And then now Puzzlevision, we're leaving everything loose ended because I don't know.
but I will say the writing in some like individual like episodes have been really good. Right, I mean the SMG4 doesn't meme. That was a really good video, and like you know last week's video was really good. Like you know individual stories in one contained one episode. Like, they've been pretty good actually.
They
when,
have.
you know they do you know, because obviously, you know, sometimes they'll just do, you know, like the Master 64, they'll do Puzzlevision, and although those are pretty good themselves, or they'll do, like now they're doing, you know, the crew videos now, because that series, like, officially is dead now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because that's basically what this week's video basically confirms in my mind. So, but, you know, when they do individual, like, original stories, that aren't parodies, like they are pretty good actually. They clearly you know they're pretty capable of, but when it comes to these big overarching stories, they clearly fall short in actually coming. Like they're clearly good at building up and doing all the hypes, you know, all the build up and stuff, but they clearly don't really know what to do at the end. Sort of, you know, and so we get these underwhelming sort of conclusions.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's just like Puzzlevision has been so Puzzlevision has been like well built up like in 2023, and then now he's just a recurring character. Like that's
Yeah, it's like
You know, weird.
with the pace of SMG4, you would just like expect him to build up even further and stuff, and that's what he did for the meme factory. Like you could see the power of him gaining upwards and stuff like that. Like he was gonna go for a second strike, and you know he was gonna go after, but like it's just it gets shut down so quickly that there's no it just gets underwhelming. Like you just said, Magario, the 2023 for Puzzlevision was amazing. Like we had the It's Gotta Be Perfect thing, which showed the very first kind of signs. Then we had Western Spaghetti, which showed the icon, right? And then and then you had What for 2023, which showed his voice, his model, and everything, and it was just like, wow, this guy is like a maniac. He's been behind all of this stuff, and you know, he's like, oh, I can't I can't even remember what he says, but it's like, let's do this again sometime or something, right? Which then it leads on to the Puzzlevision stuff, right? And from No TV Makes Mario Karaoke, from there till obviously the Mr. Puzzles game show, from that all the way together, perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And then the countdown was fucking perfect, right? With the show slowly getting more static because every single time in the Puzzlevision series, it would be that there would be some sort of crack, right? Like in between it, right? And the Scooby Mario, one of my favorites, because you see Puzzles. He doesn't even make like a single sound in this moment. He just comes out of nowhere like a massive evil thing, grabs Mario and Luigi. It like statics, it reverses, door gets blocked up. Like in editing, they go back over, they rerun the footage, they run past it instead. Like it shows so much power and stuff like that. But then once you get into the actual Puzzlevision movie, it gets worse.
Well,
the more you get into
issue is that they immediately
kill him off. Well, not kill him off, but you know.
Well, they immediately kill the stakes and immediately kill like the mystique around him.
Yeah.
By completely, because you know he literally gets. I mean, he gets defeated basically like immediately at the beginning by Mario. Like he gets. Like it basically shatters any sort of mystique around his character and any sort of like threat he sort of you feel he poses, and the stakes as well get immediately lowered and just odd. And then it leads into this scene that is like where it seems like they're trying to make him seem more threatening and more mysterious again with when he introduces himself to the rest of the cast. It's like that's a bit of an odd
Puzzles
thing to do immediately after he gets like literally beaten up by Mario. It's kind of odd. It feels like that should have came before Mario beats him up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't really think they had a direction. Like, I mean, they obviously did they had the parody thing in mind where they do all these parodies, but I don't know. It's just such a letdown. Such a letdown.
Like you expect so much more. Yeah.
We really should have set a time. I don't think I should be reading this, should I? But we really should have set a time to end this podcast. Make it for that.
Yeah, this is.
I was going to say something. Since we're on Puzzlevision, I want to say a bunch of people they're like, "Oh, the saga isn't over yet." So yeah, it is over. Like they had written it so that it would end with Puzzlevision, but then they've brought them back. And now people are like, oh, but the saga isn't over yet. But it is over.
Yes.
It's just, they've brought him back. And all of a sudden, because his character was popular, it's like, people are a bit blind to, not to, diss them. People have been saying this, but it's people just seem a bit blind to, what really motivates these, writing decisions. It's as an example, I actually don't know where I'm going with this. But
community feedback? Oh no.
There's some stuff that just doesn't make sense. It's because the writers either didn't really care or just because and so it's a bit pointless to try and explain it with some bigger, grander thing than it actually is. It basically is what point I'm trying to make. And so the Puzzlevision saga did finish. It's just now they've brought Mr. Puzzles back, and I guess they don't really know what to do with him. So he wanted a meme factory at one point. And now he wants revenge, probably. And yeah, I don't really. There's no substance to it all.
So basically, what you're trying to say is they've brung back Mr. Puzzles now because obviously the community and the fans and stuff like that, they've wanted him, but they haven't devised a set plan for him. Really, is that he's just there?
They haven't, have they? Because there's no way they planned. Or doing Puzzlevision, we're going to do the meme factory arc. No,
that stuff is all just there.
It's not what happened.
The meme factory as well, or whatever, isn't even a specially constructed building either. It's just a random bit of low poly town buildings put together and stuff.
I mean, I know it's not an entirely original model, but it's not bad. Like, it was pretty good. Like, I thought it was an original model because, you know, it's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, I'm not going to critique that. I mean, obviously, that's a sign that obviously it was not planned from the beginning because obviously they didn't make an entirely new model. But like,
of course, yeah.
I mean, that's just evident from the story itself. How it's just a hodgepodge of different stuff happening.
Yeah.
But they do kind of make it work. It's just like it's clearly I don't really know. It was just made just so they had a puzzles arc. That's literally all it existed to be. Just to be, oh, we need a mini arc for Mr. Puzzles.
Yeah.
Because it's popular, guys. That's it. I mean, I'm not complaining. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, I wish we got something else. You know, I wish we got something with more substance, something with more story, something with more emotion, some more character development. You know, we got character. I mean, actually, we got more character development in the mini arc than we did in the Puzzlevision arc.
We actually did, because for the majority of the Puzzlevision movie itself, right, it was Mr. Puzzles wasn't even really in it. It was just them going through the TV shows to get to town number 999, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
It wasn't even in there for the majority of it.
Just
Yeah, honestly, they should have made. I mean, it was already kind of Mr. Puzzle's movie, but they should have made it more about him. Probably, they probably should have had him actually go through some sort of like. They should have made his character shouldn't have been one dimensional. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's literally nothing going on, no substance. That's my main issue. No substance. Anything else?
Nah,
there hasn't really been a structure. We haven't really followed a structure. It's all been jumping around different stuff.
Yeah, which is fine, I guess. I don't know. It's fine to you guys, but it's fine for me.
It's fine. I liked. You know, we went with the flow. You know, we went through. This wasn't a bad first podcast.
Yeah.
At all. This was pretty good actually. We got a lot of. We've been over an hour, 30 minutes. So
my only concern is how
we got into a good flow. I don't know how to end this. The way it ended,
edit this.
I'll edit this. I don't know. Oh yeah, the problem is because we haven't done a structure. It means that thing I suggested where we each we do 3 different segments and then we split it. That wouldn't really work. So I guess we'll just cut it up I can't speak. You know, just randomly cut it up into 3 parts, and then we'll each upload a part to our own channels, I guess.
Yeah, so there'll just be the podcast part 1, and then part 2, and then part 3.
Yeah.
Righty. I'm just gonna end it off by saying that, but yeah.
I mean, the way I did the podcast, I did, the Fajata one, was I literally just, my mum called me to come down to have tea or dinner. I don't know how you guys say it, but, and so I was like, I'm just doing a podcast now, and just ended it.
I mean,
so that's how I ended that one. I don't know how we should.
I've got to have breakfast in -2 seconds, so.
Yeah, well, there's the podcast then. That's our SMG4 Theorists podcast.
Make sure to comment down below if we should do this again. Do you guys want to do this again? I'm up for doing it again.
I don't mind it.
Most likely gonna do it at when Wattfeed 2023 releases, not 2023, 2024.
Yeah, because we'll need more stuff to talk about. So yeah, waiting until before Wattfeed comes out, or maybe just when a hype video releases in the build up to it. We'll come back and we'll do part 2.
Yes, and we'll plan it better.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we've sorted out the template thing you were doing earlier. So
yeah,
it should just be we should be able to start right away next time at least. Yeah, that's the podcast. Bye, I guess.
Bye.